Reddit stories. Posted by u/throwaway Merkel Rain. AITA for not wanting to house my husband's friend anymore even though he might be homeless otherwise. Ugh gosh, where do I even start? But before I do, sorry for any spelling or grammatical errors, quite annoyed as of now. All of this started back in Jan. My husband has a long-term friend called N who was on the verge of homelessness and unable to find employment, or rather doesn't want to find employment. At first I was sympathetic because I barely knew him as one of my husband's childhood friend. I really felt sorry for the situation he was in, and when my husband requested that he get the guest room for a while, I wholeheartedly agreed. N seemed okay at first, but slowly he started taking advantage of our kindness. N is a heavy drinker, and ever since he has been staying with us he has gotten my husband into drinking also. Not only drinking, once he gets drunk he is extremely crude and mocks me, and not even jokingly. He comments on my weight or tries to constantly set up my husband with other women in front of me as a joke. After eating the food I make, he still gossips to my husband about me and they sit together and laugh. I don't find any of it funny. The more I try to let it go, the worse he gets with his remarks and actions. He also invites random people into our house. One time I shouted at him because once I came back from work, I work part-time, N and his friends were all sitting around smoking and taking food from our pantry. The TV was scratched and the whole living room was messy with food and trash lying around. My jaw was on the floor at this man's audacity to cause a mess and invite literal strangers without permission while I was gone. Even though I constantly bring it up to my husband, he gets angry and tells me that I'm being insensitive about his difficult situation. No. I get that, but not when he is trashing our house and mocking me or ordering me around. At least have some respect and basic courtesy towards the people housing you like. And also has other disgusting qualities like ordering me around, which I obviously do not heed to. Even my husband does not do that. I am losing my mind, sleep and everything over this. There is no privacy, the house is always dirty, and because of this my husband and I have conflicts all the time. I really need him out. I literally confronted N directly and he said I was being selfish and a bitch and he would only go if my husband tells him, and that my opinion does not matter even though the house is in my MFING name. N either sleeps the whole day, drinks, or invites his friends over to trash our house. He doesn't look for a job or housing. I am terrified thinking about how long this is going to go on. He doesn't do anything to improve his situation. I am thinking of filing a police report or something. I really can't take it, but at the same time this stupid guilt in me is saying that despite who he is, if I kick him out and he ends up in the street it would eat at my conscience. AITA for wanting him out? Let's read some comments. According to whom 1982 says, "Stop trying to be the gracious hostess and don't pretend to smile. Speak up when it happens. Tell N and your husband it's not funny and they're both being AHS, don't cook for them, lock up your valuables and even your food, if you can. And take the steps recommended by others to get advice from an attorney and give N a written eviction notice. Make sure you keep a copy of it. If your husband defends N and berates you for taking steps, let him know that he's been behaving just as badly, hasn't been acting like a loving husband, and he'll be following N out the door if he keeps it up." Escape from Texas says, "Normally I wouldn't give this suggestion, but maybe stop pretending and smiling. Show you're hurt. Don't lash out, but definitely walk away and be open that they are hurting you. N won't care, but maybe your husband will. His reaction might surprise you. Also, stop doing stuff for this asshole." Northeast Norwest says, "My guess is he's an alcoholic and it's accelerating. All of the signs are there. And be careful with the, he has to at least look like he's trying sentence. That's a loophole and active alcoholics are really good at exploiting those. He'll pretend to make 3 online applications and then get back to drinking and partying, because he tried. You want him gone. The end." Old_adhesive_556 says, "NTA, You're being taken advantage of and it sounds like your husband and N need to be long-term single roommates. Op responds. Thank you, my husband was a much better before this. I don't know whether this a bad company issue or what, but OMG N is causing havoc in our household. At least roommates pay, he doesn't even do that or try to find a job. I just want him to try at least. XOXO Gossip Crab says. Keep in mind this is someone your husband wants to be friends with. And when you bring up your concerns about how he treats you, he dismisses them. Op says. That is what hurts me. This was a man that was very thoughtful and kind. I can take jokes but not the way they do it. It is so embarrassing to stand there and pretend to smile through it. Husband doesn't listen either way. Ever since N came it is all about him, and him. I am apparently the selfish one for wanting to kick out N, my effing fate. Apprehensive_bake_78. NTA. This is insane. I'd be re-evaluating your relationship with your husband. Drinking is really expensive. He has money for a hotel if even for just a few days. Tell your husband that either N is leaving or N and he are leaving. But either way N is. Op says. He is broke. Guess where the alcohol comes from? That is right, my husband's pocket. He wastes his money and health on buying N alcohol. Not trying to be a prude, casual drinking is fine but they sit and drink for hours. I am planning to leave to my mother's house till N goes away or file a police report. Oh yeah, that is for sure. Sometimes I wonder if I am the insane one for agreeing to all of this in the first place. Freckled Book Dragon says. I would stop doing anything at all for both of them. Don't cook for them. Don't do their laundry. Don't clean up after them. They are both disrespecting you, and your husband isn't being a partner. Honestly, I'd get so petty with this. Move all husband's stuff into friend's room, since he clearly wants to be with him more than you. Keep a set of dishes separate for yourself so you have clean dishes but they don't. If you're the kind of person who can't stand the common areas being messy, then shovel all their stuff into their room, trash and all. Keep a lock on your room so husband can't get in. Op responds. Before N was here I used to do all of that for hubby, but yeah, now N obviously makes it a point dump his laundry with ours, and if I refuse he complains to my husband like a goddamn child. Husband wasn't like this, trust me. I don't even know what sparked the change. I am worried it could even be the drinking. Thank you, I might actually do that from now onwards. I have been too kind and they run all over me like nothing. It is time that I too fight back. Ops edit. Thank you for all the advice. I am really so grateful for the informative solutions. I am reading and writing down what I need to do. Forgive me if I can't get to all of you. I am planning to get some legal advice first, which I might take on sometimes after work. Thank you to the person who brought up the 30-day eviction notice and keeping an evidence trail, which I will also be doing. As for my husband, I am terribly disappointed, but this was not the man I knew before N arrived. I think it is more of a friendship thing to impress N because they knew each other for so long. But for now my priority is getting N out of my house.